Good morning. I'm Bill Snowden. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm your worship associate today. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. Today's service is about being in community together, and our opening hymn is Gather the Spirit by Jim Scott. Please rise in body or spirit, and let's sing together. Please remain standing. Now join me as we recite our covenant, and Sam Kirtland lights our chalice. If you're watching remotely and you have a chalice with you, please light it with us. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to share our strength in fellowship, thus do we covenant. Please be seated.
Good morning. Woo! Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. No matter where you come from or how you worship or how you identify, you are welcome here. Welcome as together we explore the mysteries of being human. I am your minister, the Reverend Christine Dance, and my pronouns are she and her. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix strives to be a spiritual community for our time, one that is theologically diverse, radically inclusive, and justice-centered. We are really glad that you have found us. If you are new here, so if this is your first, second time, or you haven't seen me because I was a crazy person on the Pride Parade last week. If you are, I know, it was so fun, right? If you are new here, would you be willing to just stand and give us a wave? Yeah. Wonderful. And we have 4 of you. Is there anyone else besides the 4 of them? We've got UUs from other congregations from around the country here in Phoenix this week with UU the Vote to help get people to vote for the abortion Proposition 139 and against the anti-immigrant Proposition 314. Is anyone else here for that? If you are, please rise. Please show us who you are. Wonderful. Thank you all. I also want to specially welcome, we have had services and talked often about the immigrant family sponsoring program that we have here at UUCP, and I am so thrilled to welcome Marion and Zara from the Hamidi family here with us tonight. Whether you know us all or not, we have known you and have been rooting for you. And they are selling paper flowers this afternoon, too. So if you want to support them, there's ways to do that. You all here for a very special service. Today, we are exploring the so many things that are happening in our congregation, all of the ways that people are participating in our shared ministry. Today we have abbreviated the service. You can think of the second half as an intergenerational everyone together time, if you will. So we have the time to explore all of the teams and committees of this congregation. They will be here on the patio, and there's vibrancy all around, and we can celebrate that. In our mission to be radically inclusive, as affirmed by our journey into our mission work that we are doing, I want to affirm all the ways that we are striving to be inclusive in our service today. We do offer hearing devices. There is a variety of comfortable seating. Over there are baskets with sensory tools. For our youngest members, there is seating right up here with Lisa. With adults, Lisa will help guide through the service, and there's also a craft table right over there. If the space is too overwhelming for anyone, the service is being streamed, and the Johnson room is over there, and our little ones can be supervised to watch the service and play in the Kindle room. And we have gendered and non-gendered bathrooms with small, medium, and tall toilets. Knowing that we have different needs and abilities, we all strive to be respectful and kind as we work to get our needs met and help to be inclusive to others. So we do have a few announcements about our community. One of them, I'm just going to start with the inclusive one. We have had some comments about smells and scented products being worn by folks in the sanctuary. Some folks have noticed that there's some scents, and we have some people who are highly sensitive to chemical sensitivities. So if you have perfume, aftershave, or the like, maybe not wear them for service and delight in them all of the other times. It's just one more way that we can be radically inclusive. Today, after the service, a already very packed service, there will be a service of remembrance for Ruth Braunstein today at 1 p.m. Ruth was a member of UUCP who died in 2020, early in the pandemic. We were not able to have her memorial service at that time. Her daughter and other of her beloveds will celebrate her. There will be wonderful music. Taylise and our own Connie Yarmark will be playing, and also poetry, just what Ruth wanted. We hope that you can join us and celebrate her life. If any of you took Get Out the Vote postcards, thank you. Remember to put them in the mail on Tuesday, October 29th only, okay? Tuesday, you put them in the mail. Got it? The mail service is going to go, what did these UUs do? You can see civic engagement in Compass and the UUCP website for more information about how to fill out that onerously 4-page long ballot that we have. And early ballots are historically low. So if you are sitting there looking at your ballot on the kitchen table, please fill it out. And I have an announcement from Admiral Mike about our upcoming auction.
Good morning. Good morning. I am Admiral Mike Gatorna of the Starship UUCP, retired. So let's do a show of hands. How many of you enjoy the programs offered here by UUCP? Check it out. How many of you enjoy interacting with the members of our community, of course? And how many of you like shopping even online? Okay. We got the screen, excellent. Well, I have great news. Our annual silent auction is now active online. Okay, so go to the church website, scroll down a little to find the article about Futuristic Fundraiser, and select the register link. Do that, then come back to the header page. From there, you will enjoy everything there is to bid on in the silent auction, and it's available now, so register now. The money we raise in the auction goes directly to this community's programs and services. So not only do you get to have fun while competitively shopping, like eBay, but all the money goes to a great cause, us. In 2 weeks, on Saturday, November 9th, we will be holding the Futuristic Fundraiser event here in this room. Those who can attend in person will be able to see the online auction items here physically. Those who are remote, unable to attend, will still have the item pictures available online and will be able to place your bids from home. So we're expanding to include all of us, no matter where you are. I encourage you all to register online and browse the catalogs to learn about the things that are being offered this year. One final request. If anyone has any gift cards sitting in a drawer somewhere, or you can obtain some restaurant certificates, please do, and add that to our raffle. Please see me after service. Our fundraising table is outside, and I will work with you on how to get it to me or how to donate it through the website. We're on a roll. Thanks to all of you here and on Zoom and on YouTube for all your generous donations in support of our event and ultimately our UUCP community. Remember, this is an optional sci-fi costume event. Community building is the purpose. Have fun with it and live long and prosper.
But wait, there's more.
Oh dear, oh dear.
The live auction events are also listed, and you can view them online and start getting excited about them. And as a final prize, those who attend in person will get to see what costume I'm going to wear as your auctioneer. What could be better?
I love you all. And we do have our guests from UU The Vote want to tell you how you have an opportunity to get involved in canvassing. We have If this statement makes you anxious or gets you relieved, only a few days left in this campaigning season. Come on.
Thank you so much. And following on the great energy from your auction, I'm going to keep it upbeat. My name's Dana Buell, and I serve First Unitarian Portland in Oregon as the Director of Social Justice. And we have other folks from our congregation here, Ann Zawoski, Susan Douglas, and Vicki Linter. And we are here, yes, because we believe in solidarity, and we believe in passing the right to abortion bill, Proposition 139, and defeating Proposition 314. Yes. And we're recruiting y'all to get out and knock on doors with us. So Vicki's gonna say a quick word about what that's been like for her.
Thank you. I'm Vicki. I'm visiting from the Big Island of Hawaii here to help get out the vote in Phoenix. I love how y'all are so enthusiastic. It's so welcoming. Anyway, yesterday was my first day canvassing ever, and it was a really good experience, and we will be at the table in the back. I'd love to tell you more about it.
And just to know why we're here, we come from very blue states and felt the need to do something. And so we are here just to help however we can. But thank you.
So if you were wondering if you can do anything, if these folks can fly and come and help Arizona from all over the country, maybe we who live here can do a little bit more as well. It's really easy. There's an app. It's a script. You're visiting mostly friendly households. It's really rewarding. So we encourage you to learn more over there. Okay, now let us settle. Let us breathe. Let us be in the here and the now. And let us draw deeper into this present moment and into our worship.
Our opening words are from the poet Vera Sidar, The Community. I needed you and you were there. You helped me, so many unaware. Community, you're my favorite way to work, celebrate, and play. To work is your major goal, but together in an effort major. I believe in you, community. You are absolutely believable. Working in a community is wonderful. Because today's unusual service, we'll be taking our offering first. Each week, we split the offering between this congregation and an organization that shares our values. For October, our Share the Plate partner is the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee, UUSC. To tell us a little bit more about UUSC is our board co-president, Bunny Hodis.
Thank you. I'm Bunny. My pronouns are she, her. I've been involved actually with UUSC through my family since I was a little girl. They have a program called Guest at Your Table. If you're lifelong UUs, you might remember that program. It's still going strong. And when I got involved, my parents were always supporters of UUSC. When I got involved as an adult, I couldn't believe the programming that this organization has. They are so reflecting our UU values. They are not part of the UUA. They are an independent organization. So they create their own funding, but they work off of our UU values. And they have programs that are going on within the U.S. that are like protecting trans people and helping people move around the country. They have convenings that they do for indigenous and folks around the world that are losing their properties to the waters, to the flooding that they're going on. They're in all the war-torn areas, and the best part about them, they're a small but very nimble organization that works on what they call an eye-to-eye partnership. So they don't go in and say, hey, we're here to help you. What they do is they find the people on the ground that are serving their own communities and always the most marginalized amongst us. And they use their leaders and their organizations and say, how can we support you? How can we help you? How can we convene you together so that you can help each other? And it's one of, if not one of the most worthwhile programs that I participate in, throughout the year with that group. And I just wanted to be able to say, from my heart to yours, that anything that you do to support this organization, you will be more than thrilled, and go to uusc.org to really take a dive into what they do, because they really support us, support our values. Thank you.
For all that you give, we are so grateful. Ushers, thank you for your willing hands to help us pass the plate.
Thank you. That was lovely. It is an important practice in this community to make time to share pieces of our lives with one another. Sharing them together, we can amplify our joys and lessen our burdens. Zoom folks can type in the chat what their joy and sorrow is, and if you're in the sanctuary today, there are tables there in the back where you can fill out a card. I do have one to share first. One of our beloveds, Marina Hoffman, fell outside of her home later this week. She is in the ICU at John C. Lincoln with several brain bleeds. I went and saw her on Friday, and we are getting regular updates. And while she has some distant family, her family of choice are people from this congregation, and they are there with her and are advocating for her. She is not up to visitors at this time, and we won't probably have an update for several more days, but we are sending our prayers for the best possible outcome. We have a couple of joys here. Jamie Aller says the Aller sisters, Maddie, Emily, and Melody, were just cast in Annie at Desert Stages in Scottsdale. The show's in December. So I'm loving the sister act and Annie. And Oliver, who's right here, says, I want to congratulate Jonathan Lawson in having the motivation to start up his own website hosting service called Nine-Tailed Host. I'm so proud of you, and this is so long overdue. Love, Oliver. Congratulations. And Daniel Freud and Mitch Habza say we are excited to share that we have adopted a new dog. Mina is a 3-year-old Chihuahua mix and already seems to be fitting in. We can't wait to meet her. And we have a sorrow from Chris Fallon, a sorrow that my dad passed on Friday, and a joy that he is no longer suffering. And just as a reminder, on this Saturday, the memorial service celebration of life for Chris's husband, Jacob, will be here in the sanctuary. It will be a joyous, loving celebration. And I want to just acknowledge that this coming week is Dia de los Muertos. For those who celebrate, it is a very poignant, sometimes a difficult, and a very meaningful day where we think of our ancestors and give them love and hope that our connection with them across the veil endures. Last one in. And I saw Katie Boxley is here with her mom, Sally. Katie says, celebrating nearly 5 months tank-free, living with my 2 new lungs. We are so thrilled to have you here, Katie. For all of our joys and our sorrows, those named, and the many that are in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts, we send our love to each other, both here and online. So now, when we are holding so much in our world and our hearts, it is good to take some time to connect with our body and our spirit. Let us soften into the here and now in the spirit of meditation and prayer. I invite you, if it calms you, to take 3 breaths with me. Spirit of life and peace, source of our strength and our surrender, we lift up those who are grieving, those who are worried about loved ones, those who are struggling with illness or mental health, those whose concerns we know and those whose griefs are unspoken. May they be held in a spirit of grace and comfort. We lift up those whose hearts and minds are heavy, whatever the source of that heaviness. May they find comfort and clarity, understanding, and peace. We lift up those who are feeling fear and anxiety. In these times when anxiety can feel like it is going to drown us, may we find our dry land. May we find moments of certainty and a calm against the worry of the unknown. We lift up those who feel that their hurts, their loneliness, or their fears are too insignificant for naming. May they know that their hurt and their pain is valid no matter the size. And may they feel comforted in the knowledge that they are not alone and that they are loved. In all things, may we acknowledge the ways that we together are an answer to our prayers by embodying and embracing peace in the midst of great tumult and sorrow. May we strive to be a beloved community and a balm to all those who are suffering and in pain. In gratitude and hope, we pray. Amen, and blessed be.
From You I Receive is a short song about sharing our gifts by the singing rabbis Joseph and Nathan Siegel. We'll sing it together a few times, then as a round in 3 sections, and then we'll end it together. Watch the choir members in front of your sections, and we'll lead you through.
This means both come in, stand, and stop, and sit down. It means all of them. All of them. Thank you, choir, for leading us. This is one of my favorite times of year. October seems to hold such promise as we turn into November. The temperatures are cooler. Is anyone, okay, it's getting there. Next week's gonna be lovely. Is anyone else spending every minute outside that they can right now? Coffee on a porch, walks with the dogs, all of that. I also love seeing how many of our snowbirds are returning every week, seeing more and more of you, and it changes the energy. Raise your hand if you are back from the hot summer. Yes. We missed you, and you did not miss a cool summer at all. But also, there is so much vibrancy happening in this congregation. Today, our sanctuary and our patio are transformed. Today, we get to see physical manifestations of our shared ministry together. UUCP has an extraordinary number of things going on in this congregation, much more than you'd expect for a congregation our size. We have music groups and children's ministry activities and small groups and both social and spiritual and learning groups where people are meditating, exploring their faith, groups where we can act on behalf of justice and caring for each other, exploring how we can get involved and educating ourselves from everything about what is going on in our community to what is happening in the globe. And then there are groups for maintaining the congregation, from the finances to the building to pastoral care for each other to nominating our next leaders and being our democratically elected leaders. And we have small group ministry where we can get to know a smaller group of people more closely and explore complex topics in a more complex way. For our online folks, this afternoon we will be panning around the sanctuary so you can see a little bit of what is happening. But for all of you, especially if you're new, but even more especially if you've been here forever, I hope that you are as excited as I am about what's going on here. This is a vibrant and alive congregation. Almost everything you'll see here today is run by volunteers. I want to note that this is a big change from how it used to be a decade ago, even 7 years ago, where staff were more involved in managing all of the teams. You have entered into the era of shared ministry, and so many of you are running your teams yourselves with great success. Instead of asking me, Reverend Christine, can we do this, or what do you think? I've been asking you, what would you like to do? How do you picture it? And then you go, oh, well, we have ideas. And I'm like, go with them. And you have. And you have supported each other in amazing and beautiful ways. There is a trend in religious communities and houses of worships where people are saying there are fewer and fewer volunteers. Many of my colleagues in Unitarian Universalist congregations report that they don't have enough volunteers to fill their boards and committees. While we are always looking for more people, and it is always the truth that there is a handful doing a lot of work in the congregation, I am so proud to say that our leadership here is strong. In a time of scarcity thinking, we have abundance. I want us to appreciate that and see abundance in every way that we can, from our leadership to our offerings, to our spirit, to our financial generosity. I hear from folks who have been here a long time and those who are just coming is that what they are looking for here is a sense of community and belonging. I think after the pandemic and the social isolation that is just a hallmark of our society now, community and belonging is more important than ever. Well, I have a secret for you. The sense of belonging increases the more you get involved. The more you are involved, the more people you get to know. The more people you get to know, the more connections you make. The more connections you make, the more you feel jointly committed to the mission and values of this congregation. And the more you get involved, the more you feel the rewards of doing amazing things together, of creating something out of nothing. And you all know that I love a good holy and, right? If you don't have it in you to get involved right now, that is okay. That is fine. If you just need to be fed on Sundays and have your spirit filled, then do that. We all have periods when we have energy to spare and times when we need to just store it all up so we can just keep existing. So I invite you on this special day to think about your role in our community, in our shared ministry. Not my ministry, I'm pretty clear on what mine is. This is about your ministry because yes, you are also ministers of this congregation. You are making this happen. So what is your ministry? How much do you give versus how much do you get? Where is that balance for you? Where do you wish to grow? What role does this congregation have in your life? What role might you want it to have? And how can you more consider what you do here as ministry? What we have set up here today is nothing short of magic. It is you all coming together, creating belonging, creating community, serving us in the myriad ways that we could have never imagined otherwise. So let us go forth. It's going to be hang around for 45 minutes, whatever you want. I hear there's a lot of candy and goods around. Have some fun with that. Let us learn, let us commune, let us open our hearts to personal growth and community belonging. Let us go in peace and go in love, and let us share our shared ministry.